Hey, welcome everyone. Oh, glad you could join me today on this last day of the month, July 31st. Where does the time go? Am I right? Anywho, looks like we got things going. It's a new year for me. So happy new year to Tom. I'll tell you about that in a little bit. But yeah, we got some interesting stuff to get to today, and this is the big one. It's on. That's right. I don't think I can take the swinging thing behind me. I don't think I can do that. Let's just make it something a little more normal. Can we make it a little more normal? Yeah, that's a bit more like it. Anyway, oh man, we got some crazy news to get to today, and it involves Elon and Nicolás Maduro. Oh yeah, we're live. What's up, everybody? We're live. So yeah, big fight coming up. Right. Let's get into it. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the latest act in the grand theater of global politics. The spotlight is on a truly bizarre confrontation. Venezuelan President Nicolás Maduro has challenged Elon Musk to a fight on national television, and in true Musk fashion, the tech mogul has accepted. This unusual conflict began. Get my glasses out of the way here. When Elon, via X, accused Maduro of a major election fraud following Venezuela's recent presidential election. Maduro, leave! The Venezuelan people have spoken, he proclaimed, but let's take a moment to examine these claims. The allegations of election fraud are coming in from, come on, scroll up, motivated parties, including opposition groups and entities with a history of interference in Latin American politics. Three-letter agencies, and those agencies could have an a C, and an I in them somehow, perhaps, but who knows? These claims, they lack substantial proof. The reality is Venezuelans' elections are more transparent than many believe. Observers have often noted that the country's electoral processes include safeguards that are not even present in the United States. For instance, Venezuela employs electronic voting machines with paper trail backups, robust auditing procedures, and international observers. Now compare that to the U.S., where election transparency is as clear as a cup of gas station coffee. Seriously, Venezuelans got more safeguards than a Swiss bank vault. So what's the fuss? Distraction, my friends. Musk, who's always up for a good Twitter fight, though it's usually with rockets, not politicians. Oh, man. Seems to have his own agenda. Maybe promoting his brand. Maybe he's bored. Maybe he's trying to outdo his own reality show. I don't know. Meanwhile, Maduro sees an opportunity to deflect from serious issues by challenging Musk to a duel. It's like watching two guys argue over who gets the last donut while the bakery's on fire. The spectacle is more than just a circus act. It's a symptom of a bigger problem. Social media platforms like X have turned political discussions into a season of Survivor. They amplify the loudest voices and the craziest claims, all for the sake of clicks and likes. Musk's drastic accusations and the ensuing challenge overshadowed the real issues at hand, like the state of democracy in Venezuela and the everyday struggles of its people. The Venezuelan election declared a victory for Maduro by the National Electoral Council. It's contested not through legitimate evidence, but through a campaign of doubt. The Carter Center noted a lack of transparency, but this critique is being weaponized by those with vested interests. Meanwhile, Venezuelan people who deserve a fair and transparent election process are caught in the crossfire. As the world tunes into this bizarre showdown, let's not lose sight of the real battle. It's not between Musk and Maduro, it's between fact and fiction, democracy and manipulation. The Venezuelan people deserve more than this media circus. They deserve genuine international support for their democratic processes, not meddling disguised as concern. After all, democracy is like a good Wi-Fi signal. Everybody should have access to it. It should work reliably, without interference, not external meddling. Aye. Did I copy? Did I double copy? Can't even get my script right. So, while we might enjoy the absurdity of a billionaire and a president squaring off like it's a pay-per-view event, let's focus on what really matters. Let's advocate for true democratic principles, demand evidence-based transparency, and support the Venezuelan people in their quest for a fair future. Because in the end, the real knockout punch is a thriving democracy. In a world where spectacle often overshadows substance, it's crucial to look beyond the theatrics, focus on the true battle for justice and democracy. And remember, folks, in the ring of life, truth and integrity should always be the champions. My name's Tom Coffey. This is the Coffey Nuance Show. The least watched censored commentary news show live right now. Flame on. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. This is quite an interesting thing. So if you didn't know, Musk has accepted this challenge to fight Nicolás Maduro on national TV. This isn't going to happen. We know it's not going to happen. We all got excited about Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk agreeing to a fight. Nothing ever came of that. But you get a lot of press. You get a lot of attention for this. I guess you just keep doing it again and again and again. Why not, right? Elon Musk never had to pay any consequences for not following through on fighting Mark Zuckerberg, did he? He didn't. There's no consequences for that. So we can come up with another fake fight. Now, in this case, everything that you hear about Venezuela, you really have to take with a grain of salt. And I am not claiming to be an expert at all. What I am good at is listening to some claims by some people and then looking to find out if I can see if those claims are true. That's one thing I'm pretty good at. And in this case, I don't believe any of the narrative surrounding Venezuela. Now, as a side note, anytime I talk about Venezuela, anytime I do, I will get emails from anonymous people supposedly in Venezuela telling me how wrong I am and that I should agree with the CIA talking points. I mean, with the mainstream U.S. narrative on Venezuela. Happens every time I talk about Venezuela. Interesting, isn't it? Interesting that happens. Probably won't happen anymore because I used to get a lot more views. But when I was getting more views, I would always get emails from concerned Venezuelans telling me how wrong I was. Then I could look at the IP addresses of where the email was sent from, and it wasn't sent from Venezuela. Anyway, be that as it may. So I did want to talk a little bit about this fight and about the Venezuelan election and what we can learn from it. First of all, the fight is just silly and a distraction. Nicolás Maduro has declared Elon Musk his arch enemy, and that is smart business move. You need to declare your enemy as someone bigger than you. If your enemy is smaller than you, has less power than you, it doesn't get you It doesn't get you a whole lot. Now, I should probably come up with a fight with someone on YouTube or Rumble so I could get a little attention. But frankly, when you have, a handful of people watching live, it's frankly, it's not gonna do anything, is it? No, of course not. Anyway, so he's accepted the fight. As far as I understand, Elon Musk said the terms for the fight is, hey, if Elon wins, you step down as president, and if you win, I'll give you a free trip on SpaceX, free trip to Mars, something like that. Doesn't seem very serious now, does it? That doesn't seem serious. But I guess it's a good distraction. And it is a good lead just to talk about the Venezuelan election. All of the claims. Now, I've never been to Venezuela, but the reporting that I've seen from people that I trust on this, they explain how Venezuela has one of the most robust, transparent, best election processes in the world. And that any claims of election fraud, you'd be able to see it immediately, because what they do there is they have their polling station, and in the polling station you fill out the card, and they make it easy. So you're only voting for president. You're not voting for anything else on this election day. Just only this. You got one choice. Who do you want for president? You have the paper ballot, you put it in, the electronic reader will read it, and then you put the paper ballot into another place. And so then afterwards, in that local polling station, they will be able to check to find out that they are the same or not. And they post the results immediately, like on the door of the polling station. So if you think there's any fraud going on, you would know immediately, because you would know, hey, in this neighborhood, this is our neighborhood, and they're posting these results that don't seem right to us. So you could immediately call for an audit to find out and to check these things out. Now, none of this is available in the U.S. None of this is available in the U.S. I would love it if the United States had a system like Venezuela. I believe that if they did, most people would be confident in the election, in the U.S. elections. Okay. Because the design will tell people if you can trust it or not. And as far as I can tell, based on my own research, the design of the elections in Venezuela are some of the best in the world. And the claims of election fraud are not met with any evidence whatsoever. So, in my opinion, I think the results are probably accurate in Venezuela, but I don't have. That's just my analysis of it. Now, why would the United States not want Maduro to be president? Why would they not want him to be a leader there? Could it be that Venezuela in South America, remember they're right on the top of South America, has the largest oil reserves in the world? What the hell is our oil doing under their land? That's no good. And so if you've got someone in charge there that doesn't want to play ball with American oil companies, with international oil companies, and wants to, sell oil to the world and then share those profits with his people, well, that ain't going to work. It's not going to work. We've had a history of meddling of the United States in Venezuela. In fact, even in the last election, you may remember a guy named Juan Guaido, right? This is a guy that declared himself the winner, even though most of the country had never heard of him. He was essentially a CIA stooge. Went to school and trained in the United States, and He was just declared president in Venezuela, thinking that there would be, some kind of coup, some kind of revolution, overthrowing things. Didn't work out, 4 years ago, last time they tried it. So now it looks like they're just repeating the process. This is another, I can't even get that right, can I? Oh, well. So yeah, it's all very interesting, but I have not seen any corporate media in the US really do an honest explanation of what's happening in Venezuela. It appears to me that 100% of the corporate media in the US is reporting things the way that the United States State Department would want it to be reported. And I don't see any examples giving an alternative point of view. So you're not going to get that from our news. If you happen to know where we can get some interesting news on this, please let me know in the comments. And I can, but that's just my take, just from some dumb guy with a really small following sharing my take on the world. Anyway, that's all I have prepared for today. I know it is Big Idea Wednesday. I thought about big ideas, some different big ideas, and frankly, none jumped out at me today. I thought this Venezuela thing was a little more interesting, so that's what I brought to you. But anyway, let me know what you think in the comments. In the after show, I will be going through all of your comments, and hopefully, who knows, maybe I'll be able to revamp this this channel into something better, and maybe we can grow it a little bit in the near future. Anyway, I'll see you in the after show. I'll be back on Friday. Peace. Cool. Just trying to see how I can get the chat on the screen, make it look right. I think I need to make this a little bit bigger. How about now? There we go. Hey, so thanks for tuning in, everybody. John, Apothecary John, what's up? Yeah, we're live. I got these new glasses, and I swear, anytime I touch them, I accidentally touch the lens. I can't see anything on them at all. Nothing. Let me see if I can fix this. Let's see. Hang on. There we go. How about that? Okay. Gonzo, what's up? Hashtag Rumble Gang Gang. What's up, Lucid Moments? Big Daddy. I wouldn't trust Maduro to fight fair. When it comes down to it, I don't think that if there were to be a real boxing match, I think Maduro would destroy Elon. I think Elon's kind of pudgy. He's not a real athletic guy. No offense. And I don't think he's much taller than me. I think Maduro's about 6'2", right? He's a tough guy. Maduro's a tough guy. Grew up in the hard streets of Caracas, right? I don't think it'd be close. I think Maduro would destroy him. So I don't think that this is actually gonna do anything. This would accomplish nothing. Oh, Big Daddy, you're wrong. This fight would be hilarious, and it would be big. It would change the landscape of entertainment. In fact, if we could have big fights like this, I can see it really changing a lot of global things. It would be kind of funny to see people challenge each other to fights. This could change a lot. It's not going to happen, though. It's not going to happen. I haven't seen any evidence that Elon Musk is doing any training. I think I mean, Elon could hire the best trainers in the world, right? And he could just set it 6 months out and just train hard every day for 6 months, and he'd probably do okay. He's not gonna do that. Uh, so, yeah. These Venezuelans were watching. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Um, I heard Maduro has arrested this political opposition. Um, again, I don't know. It's hard for me to believe anything about this. Even what I believe, I don't necessarily believe it. Okay. So my conclusion is just based on my best guess is what's happening there. Um, but if I were to actually see some evidence, I'm open to have my mind changed about any of this. Um, the clap in the middle of your monologue reminded me of the Gong Show. Okay, yeah. Good. Well, at least it reminds you of something. Okay, so but Joe says his supervisor told him first thing in this morning that his company was shutting down. That is horrible to hear, Joe. I'm sorry that is happening for you. And you say where one door closes, another opens. I believe that is true. You know, sometimes we need a reason to move on. And we might have been thinking about moving on for a long time. And then when it is forced upon us, that's when new things arrive. So this could be a blessing. I'm not saying that it is, but it could be. It could be, and I hope you treat it as such. Gonzo says, yeah, he'd probably destroy him. He was a military man after all. Elon is a little out of shape. Elon looks to be a lot out of shape. It doesn't seem to have any muscle mass at all. I don't think Elon's ever done any sports or training or lifting or anything. So, yeah, this seems like a circus in Rome kind of thing, a distraction, keeps them entertained. I agree, Lucid. Right? What's the expression? Bread and circuses, right? That's something like that. I don't know. I can't remember everything. Anyway, it's been a weird week for me. This is a brand new year for me, and I was hoping to start my new year with like a new show or a new angle, or at least new branding or a new way of doing the show that would have the chance of being a little more entertaining. But yeah, haven't done it yet. Again, everything takes longer than you think. Everything takes longer than you think. Joe says, as far as I know, Elon started martial arts around the time he challenged Zuck. Have no idea if he kept up with it. I haven't seen any evidence that he has been training martial arts other than like maybe once to try it out. So, yeah. And he just doesn't look physically to be in very good shape at all. One of the things is people that are athletes that have been athletes for years might not look as in shape as they actually are, but once they start training, it comes back a lot quicker. And and if you've never trained, then it's going to take a long time to get there. Prophetic words there, Tom. Sometimes we need a reason to move on. Yeah, it's a because, like you move on. Sometimes, you're in a relationship and it's not right. It's not great, but you just stick with it because that's where you are. Now, I've never been that way, but I know that a lot of people are that way. For me, if something's not working, often I move on. With the exception of this channel, I've had a real hard time moving on, just kind of writing this off as a loss. Like, well, I tried this for several years. It never really took off, especially when it's being hidden. Um, but it's been kind of hard for me to give it up. That's why I was thinking of revamping it in some way to do something different. But yet I still haven't figured that out. Anyway, maybe on Friday we'll have enough people that I can read a live ad, do a live read. But right now it looks like we're on 8 people on Rumble, so it is what it is. Anyway, yeah, that's about all I have for you today. I just wanted you to keep in mind that you're going to hear a lot about Venezuela, and you assume that the people that are talking about it know something about it. And all of the coverage that I have seen on the corporate media about Venezuela could not be more wrong. It could not be more wrong. And I would be so pleased, and I think everyone that cares, that is concerned about the election in the US, if we had half of the safeguards that Venezuela has in their election, I think we'd all be a lot more comfortable that our elections are on the up and up and legit. Please keep going. I've heard many YouTubers say that they have hardly any viewers, that they get a viral video and blow up. Well, that's the thing, Gonzo. And to get a viral video, I got to do something different. I got to do something a little bit differently. That's what I mean. I just can't keep doing the exact same thing over and over again. So I do appreciate the encouraging words. I have it in the little bye-bye thing that I play at the end, where the message that I put out there is that you mean more to me than you even realize, or words to that effect. At the end, where the drone goes up and away and I'm waving. Words to that effect, but it does, it's true. And so today you can read the words as it in the this final thing, and it's true. It's true. So thank you very much. Thanks, Lucid. And Joe, let's all send Joe some positive energy for something awesome happening for his future. I think if we all send some positive vibes, Joe, I hope you catch it, because I'll be thinking of you, and I am hoping that something positive happens because of this with your work. All right. Until next time, peace.